Hello, my name is Nicole Povemacher. I'm a spiritual coach, teacher, healer, all of the above, a little bit of everything wrapped up in one. My mission at this time is to help each individual person remember how loved and beautiful they truly are, to be a non-judgmental ear. That's something that I no longer do, is I don't judge anyone. I've moved from judging into a place of understanding. And I teach people how to let go, the art of letting go, and how to truly forgive yourself and forgive the other person. And to do it in a way that makes it easy, that it doesn't have to be hard, it doesn't have to be long and drawn out, but to see how to appreciate the contrast, that it can be a good thing. You know, when it's in your face and you're feeling emotionally vulnerable to something that's happening, it's there to tell you that there's something stuck in your cellular memory and it needs to come up and out. And I teach you tools on how to do that and make it just an easy process. Now, something really important that I want to say is you don't need me to do this. And any really good spiritual coach knows when it's time to let go of people that are with them, whether it's for myself or it's for the other person. But to do it in a way that's loving, to do it in a way that's honoring with spiritual integrity, a way that you would want done to you, a way that they understand, you know, hey, I'm being asked this time to do this. I love you. I want to see you on your journey. We're still friends, but I got to keep going. And that's life. Now, sometimes what happens, we can be really angry or not do it in a way where it leaves the other person confused. And I never want to do that. I want the person to know this has nothing to do because of anything. But it has everything to do with growing and expanding and knowing that you don't need anyone or anything outside of yourself to make it on this journey. Because if you need them and they leave you, you're going to be stuck. You will lose every single time. So this whole process for me, I was doing it, kind of started off with some friends, and then they started kind of dropping off. Now, I got put in a position where I had lost my job, and because I was posting inspirational quotes and, whatever the issue was, it really, I started speaking up. And it ended up causing me to lose my job. And that's okay, because it was a gift. And by that, I ended up making some decisions to sell my house and use the money to continue on what I had been investing in myself. And I had already, become certified as a life coach. I then chose to become certified as an emotion code practitioner and start taking this a little deeper. What I didn't know was Spirit was asking me to go deeper. Like, now that you have all these things that are backing you up, we really want you to learn how to heal yourself. Because when you know how to heal yourself, then you know how to help everybody else. So, not understanding what I was agreeing to, at the time when I was asked by Spirit to love anyone regardless of what they've done, and I said yes, I didn't realize that they said, okay, well, now we're going to break you to your core, and you are going to learn to love yourself. And you are going to learn to be non-judgmental. You are going to learn how to be the change you wish to see in this world. So, again, I didn't know this is what was coming up. But for me, in my path, I'm kind of a chop kind of girl, right? Let's just get this shit done and over with and get going on to the next phase. That's me. I'm not like, let's paint one wall at a time type of person and then go back to the other wall. I want the whole room done. I don't care if I have to stay up till midnight. Like, let's just do this. So it kind of makes me understand why my journey went the way that it did. Now, for me, I moved into my office. If you've seen any of my videos, you'll know that I was in the wrong relationship. And I knew that. I wrote him a letter, but I ended up realizing the letter was for myself. And I'm just going to get this off the screen here. And in that letter, I found out, like, no, this is about you loving yourself. So when I moved into my office, I thought, okay, this is just something temporary until, things turn around. But they didn't turn around the way that I thought they were going to turn around. In fact, nothing nothing that I tried to get to go to work was working out. Like, it was almost perplexing, especially because I already knew I was a really good manifester. Anything that I wanted, once I wrapped my mind around it, I could create. So that's why this was a little bit confusing for me. Is, well, why isn't this working out? Like, I'm getting closer and closer to God. I feel so much more loving. I'm not judging. Like, it felt like nirvana. Like, I felt like, whoa, like, this is amazing. This is great. I'm not holding on to things that aren't serving me anymore. There's all these things that are going on. And then, you would think, well, shouldn't everything else be working out? But it wasn't. So if you look at everything as a fun adventure, like, this is a fun adventure, we're gonna, let's see where this goes, and you don't take it so serious, it's awesome. Now, for some people, maybe they have a partner and they can live with their partner, and it works out for them financially, or maybe they have like a lot of money. I didn't have either one of those because I didn't know how long this was going to take or what was coming up. So for me, it was, once I moved out of my office space, it was like, just let go of everything. I had a dear friend of mine who let me stay there for a bit, and then I ended up staying at my son's for a moment, and then I ended up getting told from Spirit to move in or go visit my parents. Now, my mom had been waking up on this spiritual journey, so I wasn't quite sure what it was there for, other than for some childhood trauma to kind of come up and out of me, and that was being triggered when I was there. But what I saw with her was even more interesting. I had been previously told of an incident that happened when I was younger with my mom, and knew that something had to come up and out of her. So I asked her, she wasn't feeling well, I asked her, what is it that you're still holding on to? Is there something you're not willing to let go of? And she brought up that incident, and she said, I should have never made you pay for that thing. And I said, it wasn't the thing that mattered, it was the fact that I was a child, and you spanked me and kept accusing me of lying so seriously that, like, you were wounding me as a child. Like, the thing was more important than me. And this is something where we get things backwards. This is where our society is completely backwards. And so after that happened, she said, well, I don't remember doing that to you. She had a lot of like blocked, I don't remember that. And we do that. It happens. And just so you know, I love my mom so much. Like, anything that we've gone through, to me, it's like nothing. It was something that we experienced, and it's what I took away from it. And I didn't want to spank my kids when I had them, so that's how I kind of looked at life, right? Your parents are your teachers and your children are your teachers. How do you want to be in this world? Take what's great and use that, and what you didn't like, use that as well to know I'm going to turn around and do the opposite, or not so far the opposite, but maybe even a middle. Like, just find something that works for you that makes you feel like really good hearted person. But anyways, she brings up, I don't remember doing that to you, but you know what I do remember. And she brought up another incident when I was like 16. And this incident, though, again, it was an accident, and it was about a thing, and I'm not going to go into detail and all that stuff. I can, some other time. When she was bringing up what happened, her whole body and demeanor was acting like this happened right now. Like, I just did something terribly wrong right now. And I could see it. Her jaw clenched down. She was angry. We're here. Like, she's got this, like, and I thought, oh my goodness, you're still holding on to that. Like, you have not let go of this. Like, this is literally stuck in your cellular memory, and it has to come up and out. Now, I had been working with my mom for a while, telling her this is all about forgiveness. It's about forgiving yourself and forgiving the other person. And I told her it's okay. Like, let it go. Like, I love you. It doesn't matter. But she was the one who was like not letting it go for whatever reason. That it was very hard for her. And this was something that was hard for her even as a child. My dad would always try to work with her and help her not be so negative, because her mind was always in this negative. It was stuck in like this loop, and she had made great progress. So anyways, after that conversation, it was like 2 days later, she had the stroke. And this part of her had left, and it was like she was just like this innocent child. It was like the ego left or something, and it was just pure love and light and laughter, and her and I got to bond on a different level than what we've ever gotten to bond before. And it was like, even though I went on this spiritual journey and I was a different person, before her stroke, she was still holding me in a different place. Like, and it was like, but I'm not that person. And this is where the power of perception comes in. And I had sat down with my parents, really trying to help them understand that, you know, their perception of what's going on in their outside world and the people around them might not be true. So after this happened with my stroke, my mom and my dad were like, all we see around you, you know, is pure love. Because I was just like, whatever you need, Mom, I'll do for you and help you. And it was beautiful for them to see me in that way, to finally like not hold on to something that where they thought I was, their judgments, their opinions, their whatever. And my mom and I, we laughed like little schoolgirls. Like it was such a great gift. It was the best gift my mom could have gave me before transitioning out of this world, because unfortunately that stroke was just it was our warning sign to know we didn't have much longer, and we didn't, but we did get to say goodbye, and we did get to laugh, and we did get to tell her how much, you know, we love her. And I did get to say, you know, I didn't get it. You were once a child who was treated poorly and wounded and hurt, and you didn't know how to handle that. And for me, I didn't understand that either. And then when I went through the healing journey, I got to really understand kind of like what's happening here. What patterns and families are repeating over and over again that we're not healing. And that's why we're here. We're here to heal these deep wounds that just keep, you know, happening over and over again. Maybe somebody's in a different role, you know. And once you understand this, and you can kind of look at it as we're all here playing roles. Maybe there's a different role that I needed to play that I didn't understand from another lifetime or whatever this is. But in the end goal is to release everything with love, because that is who we are at our core. We are love, right? And to appreciate the contrast, even when it's crazy, and not take it so serious. Just, okay, well, this person has more work to do on yourself or their self, or I have more work to do on myself. So again, as a coach, I can see that, and to know that love isn't always, it's not coddling. This is the biggest message that I probably could get out here, is when you are doing like coaching work and really wanting to help someone transform, to understand the person, you need to know how to talk to them. So some people, in any weight loss show you've watched, you've seen the difference between trainers, right? Some people might need a stern voice and a little bit of harsh reality for them to get it. And some people might need more of a gentle voice and a gentle, you know, it's okay, like, let's keep going. Everyone is a little bit different in here on how they operate and how they get there. But when you understand that, once you know how to help the person, once you know how to help yourself, because again, we get in this thing where it's, I want to go help the world, but somehow, and I did this, so I know this, we think we're fine, or it doesn't matter if I don't work on myself. But we can't be hypocrites. I had this reading from this woman, and she said, whatever you're in this boot camp, is kind of what she called it. It's a different kind of boot camp. And I really didn't understand what the fuck was going on. I just thought, I'm a great person. Like, I don't get the spiritual journey thing. What is happening here, you know? And she said, you cannot be a hypocrite. Whatever you do, you cannot be a hypocrite. And I took that to heart. Like I really use that as like a foundation. Like I'm never going to ask anybody to do anything that I haven't already done for myself. And that means I had to forgive everyone, including myself, and everything, and stay true to what they asked me to do was love anyone who, for me, it's I'm willing to love you. How do I say this? If you are ready to change your life and come on a path, I don't give a shit what you've done in your path. In the past, I don't care, right? None of that matters right now. What matters is you're choosing to be better and do better than you were yesterday. And you're choosing to learn how to operate from that space. Like, that is what matters to me. And I've had a lot of people, like, they want healing, deep healing, and they don't know who to turn to, because the way the system is set up right now, it's not really designed to help people. It's not. They're afraid of the consequences of if they do tell, if they do confess, if they do whatever. But understanding the spiritual journey, you actually have to be really honest with yourself. And sometimes just expressing that to another person who's there non-judging, that can help you on your path. Now, what is important is to know there are people whose intentions are not pure. Like, when people would start looking at me and they were like, "You're pure," I thought, okay, like, what does that mean? Because I wasn't going for some end result. And I think that's actually a trap, is to try to be really working towards something at the end. I was just following the guidance that I was getting and just wanting to be better. And it was that's it. I mean, I can't even really explain it to people. Some people on this journey, maybe they've researched somebody and this is their idol and this is who they want to be like. I didn't have any of that, and I didn't have those intentions. It was literally just to come on this, choose me. That was it. So that's where everything that I do is to help you learn how to just choose you, how to love yourself, how to look at things from different perspectives, how to let this go, how to see, are you being a good friend? What does that even mean to people? And again, it's operating off the golden rule. And once you understand, golden rule is do unto others as you would want done unto you. So this doesn't matter if, we have all these different people talking about the alien implants and all that stuff. And I know all that's real. I am fully aware that all this crap is out there. Because it's come up in the healings that I've done. And I thought, no, again, I wasn't following any of this stuff. It just kind of happened on my path. But to know that it doesn't really matter. How do I say this? It doesn't matter if you believe it or not, first of all. It's real. It's a thing. It doesn't matter if you are learning to love yourself in this reality and in this where we are now, it will affect any other reality that is going on out there that's interfering with you now. Right? And that's the most important thing that I can get you to take away. This is about self-mastery, self-empowerment, self-love, right? Because when you know this, you know it to your core, you will know how to help other people, how to treat other people, you never want to go back to being how you used to be. I was very judgmental. I didn't realize, I'm going to say very, there's a lot of other people out there judgmental. I think I actually came into this world unconditional love, and this was some of the pushback I got, growing up, because I never saw anyone as different, but I did know as a child, I understood energy. I knew that if you are mean to me, I don't really like you, right? But it never mattered about the outer shell. It was just, there's something that's just off here, right? And I'm not vibrating with this. So as a child, I did know this. Okay, anyways, I'm just getting off track and I'm going all over the place. But the biggest thing that I can do to help you is to really see your patterns, where you might be stuck, family patterns, because we came in here to clean up karma, family karma, right? And that's where this journey came in. Again, I had a reading years ago, and this lady said, something about, you know, she was telling me about my mom's shadow side. And none of it really resonated with me when people would tell me these things, because I didn't understand it. I didn't take time to like dig into the teachings of all this. And again, it wasn't until going through this process that I made it my mission to understand everything that was going on. Like, that was my mission. Like, what am I to teach now? What am I supposed to learn now? Like, what is happening right now? Like, what is this? Get my hands on everything and anything that I possibly could. And it all came back to self. Like, down to even like different fractions of ourselves that are interfering into this reality. Like, someone from another, whatever, lifetime realm, something. If your aura field, your energetic field is weak, they can use you to maybe cause conflict in someone else's life, or use you to feed an addiction, or use you, you know, for whatever, until you know what your habits are, why you're doing what you're doing, see how you're being programmed, how to have a strong aura, how to have all these things around you that are solid, like in your life and in your path. And so much more than what we were ever taught. We weren't taught these things in school. We should have been taught these things in school, because they are fundamental to how we are to live in a world. Like, you know, I've always kind of been perplexed a bit is when people, you know what, I'm not even going to get into this in this video. I'm just going to end this right now. I'm going to make another video, and it's going to be about permission. All right, so I'm ending this. Thanks for watching. You can find me at NicolePulvermacher.me or thehealerswings.com, or yeah. So check back soon. The next video is going to be about permissions. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.